Hello YouTube! Welcome to Mouseverse. My name is M, and today I want to discuss the Lance and Sunbreak. First, I want to ask this question. Lance players, are you genuinely satisfied with the Lance? Let me know in the comments section below. Cause to me, I feel like they missed out on the Lance. In my opinion, Lance in Monster Hunter Rise currently doesn't have enough appealing animations to make the weapon stand out against other weapons. And I think most Lance players agree with me on this. And this means the player experience with Lance is lacking behind other weapons. To me, Lance is the one true defensive weapon in Monster Hunter, and as such, it should be able to do not just countering, but also parrying against large monsters. Adding parry to the Lance would make it more viable, giving Lance users a way to parry monster attacks and be able to change the monster's trajectory away from them, flinch or stunt them. We need some epic mix-up animations, especially on the weapon's counter and evade follow-up combos. This, without a doubt, would make Lance users much more versatile and relentless on the battlefield, allowing them to harbor all the danger with epic exchanges, or flinch down larger foes with awesome parries. Hunters, believe it or not, as Lancers, we are the most incredible, brave, and daring warriors there is in Monster Hunter. It's not even a debate. But if you think otherwise, express your thoughts below. Anyway, I understood Lance to be a heavy defensive weapon, and I have no problem with a little more of agility added to the weapon. But I think Capcom should explore varieties of mix-up combos, and enhance the weapon's technical defensive abilities. We can see counterattacks as one of the weapon's most potent attacks, allowing users to block and counter incoming blows with relative ease. However, because of the weapon's unique design, counterattacks with the Lance is not always the most effective option. Parrying is a mechanic that has been present in many fighting games for years, and it could definitely add some viability to the Lance weapon in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. By adding this ability, Lance users can take advantage of timing and positioning in combat to parry incoming danger and create openings for punishing attacks. This could be especially helpful against fast-moving monsters, or Elder Dragon's monsters who can easily overwhelm players when enraged. In addition, parrying could help Lance users keep steady during long fights, allowing them to survive longer against tougher monsters. Capcom should definitely consider adding parry to the Lance weapon in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, as it would be a great way to mitigate damage and keep yourself alive, especially against powerful monsters that can easily one-shot players if they land a hit. Adding parry to the Lance weapon would make it more viable as a defensive counter weapon. Players could use it to change the trajectory of monsters, deflect, flinch or stunt them from their threatening attack, and then retaliate with their own. This could help make the weapon more versatile and give players more options when taking on challenging monsters. Capcom dropped the Lance trailer today, and I am confident that 80% of the Lance community are disappointed with the Lance upgrades. If you think otherwise, express your thoughts in the comments section below. All other weapons seemingly have some sort of counter now, which was Lance weapon's bread and butter in terms of viability. I was thinking Lance is moving ahead to parrying monsters, flinching them, and making them kneel before you, just like in Elden Ring. But we got nothing fancy or epic. And by the way, watch Direct's video on the Lance. He thought it may not look fancy and exciting, but maybe something is changed in terms of damage parameters, and that will make the Lance powerful. He is right, but I disagree with Capcom's treatment of Lance. I think fancy and cool animations matters as much to the player experience. Capcom just dropped the ball on Lance players here. As a Lance main, I always considered Lance users as technical fighters, so when Clutch Claw counter was added to the Lance in Iceborne, it looked promising. Although if they could improve on this feature, it would be great for Lance. Because we could use it as a technical retreat or punisher, it gave me those two options at least. Example, upon impact. When I flew away, it gave me the distance to retreat from an imminent danger, but I could also use it as a punisher by attacking from the air above. But Capcom dropped that feature altogether, which has potential. And my hopes of them adding a parry mechanic to the Lance just got crushed by this weapon trailer. Capcom's neglect of Lance players has resulted in the weapon being lackluster in comparison to other weapons in the game. I find myself preferring to use other weapons over Lance because of this neglect and lack of features and animations for the Lance weapon. But I'm still hopeful, maybe there's more in store we didn't see yet. I'm calling to Lance warriors and all other valiant hunters. If you come across this video, please share, subscribe, like and express your thoughts below. Let's get Capcom to notice. On a serious note though, after all this crying for Lance here, overall, I'm also very concerned that the hunters might be getting too powerful. I am a believer that monsters should always have a foot over hunters. It cannot be an equal playing field. They should always be more powerful, so I hope Capcom has something in store for monsters as well. But regardless, Lance needs to get cooler. No more so for damage buffs, but more epic animations and features. Anyway, I still appreciate what they gave us for Lance, but we want to stand out too. And I'm excited for Sunbreak. Please subscribe, like and share. See you soon, hunters.